Hello, I thought I would do a quick video on how to jelly press. This is a fun technique that is fun and messy, but you just can't stop once you get started. So this is a jelly press. I bought mine over at Hobby Lobby. They run about, I got mine for $8.99 with my 40% off coupon. They come in different sizes, and this size that I got is a 5x7, and it comes in this convenient holding case. So I'm going to chuck that. Inside you'll have the instructions for how to do this. Chuck that over there. And you'll have this silicone jelly type plate with two plastic sheets on it. So you're going to peel off your plastic sheets, and basically it's just a silicone floppy clear mat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it onto my surface here. This is a really good thing to use acrylic paint on. As a matter of fact, they recommend acrylic paint, not anything like sprays or ink pads or anything like that. This is best with acrylic inks. And I happen to have the Arteza acrylic ink set, 60 of them. So I bought it especially for this and for doing painting and things. So I bought this set really inexpensively, but basically find any kind of acrylic paint. You can go over to the craft store and you can find the little tiny bottles of paint. So you just acrylic paint really cheaply. So you just grab the colors and stuff that you want to use. You'll need the jelly plate, the acrylic paints, you'll need a brayer, and then you will need just regular old standard printer paper. You can also have cardstock if you want as well. Let me show you a sample of how things look when they turn out. These are some prints that I made using my jelly press. Like I said, once you sit down and start doing them, ideas just start popping into your head of all these other things that you could try doing with this jelly press. But these are some artist trading cards that I made backgrounds for. So you can see that we're going to go ahead and do fun designs into the paint. So let's go ahead and get started really quickly. I want to keep this video kind of short. What we're going to do is we're going to pick a few colors of paint. And you see that I automatically went to purple. So let me go ahead and you can just drop down a little dab of color on your jelly plate. And let's see, let's do some green. You don't need very much. A little bit goes a long way in this project. And then you're going to take your brayer. You can see my brayer is well used. It's got lots of color on it. And what you're going to do is we're going to roll the brayer over the silicone pad. Okay, so let me go ahead and get some room here. And you're just going to lightly roll it over and cover the whole plate. You can go this direction, basically just mixing up the paint. What am I going to do with this paint on my brayer now that I have it? I like taking the yellow pages that come on the driveway every year, and I keep them because then I can take it, open it up to a page, and roll off, I don't know if you can see it very well, roll off the extra ink. Okay? So I roll it off and it's pretty much clean. Next, you can do anything. You can take something that's not sharp, like a pen cap. In this case, I'm just going to use a soft little round stylus, and you can draw designs on it. Okay. I suggest having baby wipes and paper towels handy. You can stamp things into it. I went outside and got some leaves off my tree. You can go ahead and lay your leaves down. You can take bottle caps, make little circles, rings, whatever you feel like doing. You can take stamps, you can stamp into them. Okay. You can take little metal embellishments, stick those down inside. Okay. rosemary. I took some rosemary off my rosemary plant. Just stick that down in there. Okay. Then you also have things like this set here that I got. It's a set of scrapers, and they come in different patterns, and you can scrape them down on there. Okay. So let's go ahead, and then you'll take a piece of paper. This is just regular typing paper, and you'll set it down over, and you'll just rub your hands over it gently. And what this is doing is it's pressing down into the paint that's on that jelly plate, and it will come off onto the paper. So once you've rubbed it down and you feel like you've rubbed it as best you can, you're going to go ahead and peel it up. And you're left with a printed image. Okay, so now you can see I have these things on here that have my leaf and my rosemary. So let me go ahead and take those off now. And what's left underneath is an imprint from those items. So now if you wanted to, you could take another piece of paper to get a print of that, put it down on the jelly plate, and start rubbing. Peel it off, and you get a little print of that as well. So this technique is a lot of fun. Like I said, you'll just want to start adding more paint and more colors on top, and you're going to want to start putting all sorts of things onto it and making fun designs, mixing colored paints in here, and come up with all sorts of fun ideas. You just need to have plenty of room to set these aside to dry. Because you use very little paint on your jelly press, it won't take very long for them to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and set these ones aside. All right, so you can see we have a little bit of residual stuff in there. I'm going to go ahead and just take a baby wipe and just sort of wipe it off. It won't really matter if you have residual paint left on your jelly plate. It adds a fun little texture and spice to the next print that you do. They just wipe off. You don't want to use anything harsh on this press. Basically, they recommend using baby wipes, more layers of paper, whatever you can do to get it clean. You don't want to use anything sharp or abrasive on this because it will damage it. So let's go ahead this time, and I'm going to show you how we can do it with stencils. So let's see, let's do some blue. All right, come on out of there, blue. This one is sky blue. Like I said, you don't need very much paint. I just sort of randomly put it on there. Let's do some yellow. Yellow and blue will make green, of course. But this is fun. Kids tend to do some of this sort of craft or activity when they're in school. Sometimes they use it with styrofoam or on transparency paper. But the jelly press is great because it has cushion to it, so you're able to press a lot down into it. Let me go ahead and take my stamp. It may have a little bit of green and blue on there still, but that will just add to the fun. So let's go ahead and, again, just get this rolled into here. You can use as many colors as you want. Like I said, just don't use a lot of the paint. I'm going to go ahead and open up my phone book page here and roll off this brayer for the next time. Save these too, because these will be fun to use on multimedia projects too. So set that aside. Now let's go ahead and take a stencil. Let's see, let's use this big stencil I have here. I'm going to go ahead and lay it over. Okay. We're going to get a piece of paper. Same thing, lay it down, gently rub. Now, because this is acrylic paint, anything that you put into the acrylic paint, like your stamps, I suggest having a little container of warm water aside that you can use, or just taking your baby wipes and wiping things down. So let's go ahead and rub this one down here. Okay, we're going to go ahead when we think we're ready and pull it up. Now look, it made a print for us of the stencil. Now if we take the stencil and remove it, you're going to have paint on the stencil, which you could then also put down on the paper and rub, just like you could with the leaves and the rosemary that we did. Then you can take this section here, which now has the negative of it, and you can put something on it. Let's take this one that we did earlier with the little tiny leaves, and let's stamp on that and see how that looks. Let's mix things together here. This is all about just whatever, just experimenting and seeing what you can come up with. Okay, check that out. So you get the leaves from the previous colors, and you get the leftover ink from our stenciled one. Okay, so you can set that aside. And we'll go ahead and keep using this one. Now you could try using water on here to mist it and see if you can get any more paint off. Most likely you wouldn't, but this is another way that you can clean your jelly plate by just keep going on, lifting whatever ink off. See, so even that would be fun if you added to it. Go ahead and put it back down again. Go a different direction. Sky's the limit here. Let's see, we'll take this rosemary that we had, and we'll go ahead and squish that down in. Doesn't really do much. The paint must have dried by now. We'll take the leaf and we'll stamp that down. It's probably dried too. Yeah, pretty much. We'll go ahead and set these aside. Now, let's go ahead and do some other colors. Let's see, let's try pink. Now, this might have color on it, and some of it might come up when I use this pink. Maybe we'll like it. Maybe we won't. It's all just play. And sometimes that's what you need to do, just play. Like Bob Ross would say, just have fun. Don't stress out about it, right? Well, I guess Bob Ross hadn't said that, but that's what I say. So let's do some green, and some pink. And let's do, I don't know, blue. Get in there, blue. Okay. This blue's being very ornery today. And let's see, do I have some white? Go ahead and, let's see, let's grab this one. What's this one? Titanium white. We'll put a little dab of white in there too. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and take the brayer. I'm going to go ahead and take my stencil that I had and just set it aside here, and I'll wipe it with the baby wipe in a minute. And we're just going to go ahead and roll it. As little or as much as you want. If you wanted to, you could leave it like that. Or you could keep going and blending it, turning the brayer all different directions. All right, I'm going to open up my phone book here. Move my stuff out of the way here. And I'm going to go ahead and just roll that off. It's a way of cleaning the brayer off a little bit. Okay. Go ahead and close my phone book. Set that aside. Let's go ahead and take some of these texture cards. Let's see. Let's pick a couple texture cards here. This is a set I bought over at Tuesday Morning. Let's see. Let's do this one. Let's just go ahead and scrape down through it. Okay. Go ahead and wipe that off. All right, and then let's go ahead and take this little cap. We'll do some circles. Wipe that off. Let's take this little paper flower, and we'll imprint that there. Here, we got a paper clip. Let's just add that in there somewhere. What else do I got over here? Oh, look, and we can also do a stencil on top of it if we wanted to. Let's add this stencil. Now, we can either take this paper, flip it over, rub it, get a print, or we can do a new one. Let's do a new one on this one. I want to see how this one turns out. Like I said, once you get started, you won't be able to stop. You're going to be like, oh, what else can I do? What else can I do? You're going to get excited to try all different combos and things in your paint to see what you can come up with. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and peel that up. Whoa, check that out. Almost looks like a little flower right here. You can't see the flower that we imprinted very well. It just sort of came up as a blob. But you can see the circles that we did. The heart came out kind of weird. Didn't do very well. So now let's go ahead and take these off. Set them aside. Wipe up this stencil real quick. Set that aside. Take this off. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and leave it like that. Now let's put some more color on top. Let's take this orange. We'll put some orange on top. Who knows, this might clash. But it will be fun to see what happens. And let's go ahead and just not do too much into it, okay? And we'll open up the phone book, rub the stuff off into the phone book. Shut that up. Let's see. And let's go ahead and pick a different C. Let's go ahead and do number 8 here. Okay, wipe that off. And let's get a piece of paper here. Actually, let's use this one. Let's see what happens here. It's paper. You can just throw it away and redo it. You know, it's not a big deal. We'll go ahead and rub that on. Now, they really recommend that you do not use glossy paper on this jelly plate. The glossy paper will stick to it and damage your plate. It can put little pock marks into your plate, and then it won't come up looking very good at all. Also, I would not advise leaving this on here for too long. And walking away for 20-30 minutes, come back and it may be stuck on there. You may have to really pry it off. But let's see what we get here when we lift this one. Whoa, I'm not sure I like that one. So I could either keep it or chuck it. But for now, I think I'll take it and I'll just set it aside. Look, the heart came out here now. We'll go ahead and set it aside and see what we can come up with on the next one. Let's see, I've already used 2.5 pieces of paper. So let's put some water on here. Let's sort of wipe it down. Okay, let's see, let's do a purple again. And let's do a little bit of green. Actually, let's use this brighter green over here. Put that on there. All right, and let's see. Somewhere in here, I have a gold metallic-y color. Where is that? Well, I cannot find it at the moment. Let me go ahead and we'll just do these for now. That's very springy looking. Reminds me of Easter or something. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up my phone book. Roll it off. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this texture stamp that I got. This is a stamp that you can use with clay to impress into the clay. And it is not mounted. So, as you can see, I've done this before. I've used the gold as well. But you can go ahead and take the stamp, sort of stamp it in. Okay, pull it up. Stamp in somewhere else. Pull it up. Let's do some more texture things here. We'll wipe that off. See, I'm already getting messy here. I'm kind of worried it's coming out that color. Let's go ahead and grab a piece of paper. Lay it down over the top. Rub it in. And then peel it up. And what do we get? Whoa, that's quite an interesting color combo. It's almost like a chartreuse color. But you see the little imprint from the impressions mat that we have here. We do have leftover paint on here. We could try taking and spraying with some water and seeing if we can reactivate this onto another piece of paper. Let me just set it down here and we'll see if we can stamp this impression plate on here again. I don't know if it will work. We'll just try it. So see, you can even do that. All right, let's go ahead and pull that up. See on the back, I got a little bit there too. So we'll set these aside. All right, one more thing. We're gonna do it one more time real quick. Man, I really wish I knew where that gold was. Oh well. Let's go ahead then and back to pink. This is a bright neon pink. Maybe not too much of that. That's going to take over everything. And let's do some silver. See what happens with that. Again, could just be a happy accident, you know, Bob Ross. It's just a fun little thing to sit and do while you're bored and just feel like messing around but not getting too crazy. Okay, go ahead and wipe this off my phone book. Set that aside. And let's take some of these other stamps that I have. I have some of these texture stamps. Well, they're supposed to look like texture. They're not like that peacock feather one, but they're just little stamps, clear stamps. I'm going to go ahead and take them and just sort of push them into the plate randomly. Wipe off my stamps because I want to make sure I can use those again. Pardon me, I have the hiccups here all of a sudden. Let's see what other ones we have here. We've got this one. Let's try this one and see how this comes out. Okay, we'll go ahead and wipe that off with our baby wipe. Let's see, let's take this bigger butterfly stamp and we'll stamp that in. You want to try and move pretty quickly because you don't want the paint that's on here, because it's such a thin layer, to dry up too fast. If it does, you could just lightly spray it with some water. Let me take a little texture plate and we'll add some more texture with this over here. See, it's already starting to get a little bit dry, so I need to hurry along here. Set that down onto the paper. Let's see what happens. Holding your breath. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I have a feeling it's getting dry, so let's see what comes up. All right, yes, see, it did get a little dry, so let's go ahead and spray it with some water and see if we can reactivate anything. I don't know if we'll be able to, but let's just try. Let's turn the paper this time and put it upside down like that. Let's see what happens now. All right, well, we got a little bit more color. We did lose what was over here because of the water, but we do have some fun little lines here. So we'll set this aside to dry. Let's find one of our previous ones and let's see what we can add to this. And that will be our last one. So I'm going to head and just wiping it down with the baby wipe to get off some of that pink and silver. Okay. Let's do a little bit of some darker red. Let's see, rose color. Oopsie, a little bit of paint there. And I think this time maybe I will just do the rose color and layer that on. Okay, and we'll rub this off in the phone book. Let's go ahead and take this butterfly stamp again. We'll stamp it again a few times. Whoa, try not to do that. Okay, so I've done a couple of butterflies. You get another baby wipe and we'll wipe that off. Okay, let's take some more of these texture stamps. Let's see, let's do this checkerboard one here. Go ahead and do that. Peel it up. checkerboard, checkerboard. Wipe this off. And quickly, let's see if we can do this before it dries. I'm going to go ahead and throw that down on a piece of paper. Oh, I forgot I was going to use that other paper. Oh well. Okay, so see that came out very light. But again, look, you can see all the little printed patterns on here. Okay, so imagine if you were to do something like that, but on a previous one. It might come out really ugly looking, or it might come out kind of fun. So now I want to try doing this one more time, because I really want to see how we can do it over this. So let's take a darker green. I'll go ahead and put that down on the paper. Let's go ahead and brayer that on. Roll this out. Now my phone book will look nice and fun, so let's go ahead and do some more butterfly stamps. And we'll do this little stencil over here. And let's do some more of these. I'll wipe that down. I'm going to go ahead and push this in and peel it off. Wipe it down. And let's see, let's take this paper and try it on here. Let's see what happens. It's all an experiment. Now, sometimes if you want, you can come back in with your brayer and rub it. I find just doing it with my hand is easy enough. Okay. All right, that's pretty freaking ugly with all those colors. But again, look, you can see the layers that were underneath with the blue. You can see the green here that we did on top. And you can see all of the impressions and the stampings that we did. So what you can do is you can go ahead and take these and let them dry. And after they dry, you can take them and cut them down and put them onto a card. You can take them and cut them down, and like I did, put them on some artist trading cards. And then what I do with these is I go ahead and take the image that I want to do, and I go from there. I start putting on stickers, or I start doing different kinds of modeling pastes on top of it. Anything that you would like to do to make your next creation. So that's just one of the ways that you can do that. As a matter of fact, on the back of the directions here, it says Jelly Press, reusable jelly printing press. One plate, endless possibilities. So really, it's all up to you and what you decide you want to do. And I would just recommend getting this and giving it a try. They're a lot of fun, and like I said, once you get started, you can't stop. Bye. Hope you like that technique.